For most of the Revolutionary War, Savannah was an armed camp. With the approach of an Allied French and American army in the fall of 1779, the British defenders of Savannah began improving and constructing a series of 14 redoubts outside the town and a similar number of cannon emplacements. This modern reconstruction of a redoubt, redesigned in part from a British field manual of the era, symbolizes the original Spring Hill Redoubt. Archaeologists discovered the actual location of the Spring Hill Redoubt. Ahead to your right, it is now represented by the small berm. I'll let you pause the TV. Some traffic noise. We're on a busy highway. Actually in the middle of the city. But, back in 1779. Not really. Yes, all this was done in 2006. We'll have to jump the moat here. Good thing it hasn't been raining in the past couple days. Might be greeted with the alligator, you never know. But over here is 10 rows going that way and 80 going that way. So do the math, that's 800. This is a really sad field. You can feel the energy. As you see, there are no names or any dates or anything. Just plaques. So this railroad depot over here has got a turntable. The trains come in and spins around. Oh, look, there's one with a name on it. Alright guys, these aren't bodies I'm walking on. At least, not that I know of. Christ. Upon this spot stood the Spring Hill Redoubt. Here on October 9, 1779, one of the bloodiest engagements of the Revolution was fought when repeated assaults were made by the Allied troops of Georgia, South Carolina, and France in an effort to retake Savannah from the British. So when the British decided that they wanted to take over their colonies and call it their own, their plan was to come down to the south and try their plan in the south, see if it would work down here. Well, a couple of years after they lost the war here, it ended up them losing and we win in the war. You can think that George Washington. Let's go check out this railroad. So I'm gonna come back to this plaque and I'm gonna take a picture while the video is going. So that's the reason why I'm coming back over here. This is the Children's Museum, Georgia State Railroad Museum. So this right here, right over there. These are the countries that were involved. Pretty much everybody here against these people. They wanted to impose their taxes on us and we said no, so they imposed more taxes on us and we said hell no. That's the Revolutionary War. In order to, advance in the war, they had to win here. And they did win here, and they thought they were victorious. Nope. Americans will take over. So this is looking south, this way's looking north. Give you an idea. This is the 800 stones before you have three meanings. They represent the approximate number of soldiers killed or wounded in Savannah on the foggy morning of October 9th, 1779. The stones are arranged as a column with 10 soldiers across. The French-American allies formed 5 such columns of men to attack the 45 British. Inscribed on the stones are names and stories of the people throughout the entire revolutionary struggle from all the states, countries, and cultures involved. To your left stands a granite marker identifying the location of the Spring Hill Redoubt, one of 14 British earth fortifications surrounding Savannah in 1779. It was here that the thousands in the French and the Allied American columns tried to smash through the hundreds of British and Loyalists defending this area. The Allied columns were meant to attack simultaneously in overwhelming force. Due to poor communication, they arrived separately, disoriented, and tried from hours of marching in the dark woods, with volunteers leading each column up the foggy slope. The soldiers attacked with fixed bayonets. As the columns advanced, artillery and small arms crossfire killed and maimed commanders and private soldiers alike. The redoubt became a scene of hand-to-hand combat with swords and bayonets clashing. Families from Virginia to the Carolinas, from Poland to Scotland, from France to Haiti, from Germany to England, would mourn the loss of suffering of loved ones who spilled their blood on the ground surrounding the Spring Hill Redoubt. This over here, this building to the left here, is old railroad tracks used to run to. It's an old railroad museum now, but it used to be the actual station. But the actual station is way across town now. Alright guys, that wraps it up. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe.